Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Yes, here's my passport I used to register for this test.
What is your full name?
My given name is Sybella, my family name is Herman, but please just call me Bella, the same as my friends.
This is Sybella, a 7-year-old giving a Band 9 IELTS interview and the science of why children learn languages better than adults and what you can copy from this to improve your English quickly and get higher scores the next time you sit your IELTS speaking test. Now let's watch and learn. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Where do you live?
I live in Vancouver, Canada, which is a really big, beautiful city on the west coast.
What do you like to do on the weekend?
On Saturday, I have piano lessons in the morning, and after I usually do an outdoor activity like going for a walk or to the playground. On Sundays, I play with my friends and watch a family movie. I saw the movie Smurfs last week.
Let's talk about hobbies, sports, and school. Do you have any hobbies?
I have a few different hobbies. I collect crystals because they're so beautiful. I got a new geode last week, and I like going on bike rides.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is running. I love going really fast, and I love winning races. I'm going on a 3K run tomorrow with my dad.
What do you like learning at school and why?
I like many subjects at school, like math and science. And I also love learning French, as I'm in a French immersion program.
Where can you play sports near your home?
I am fortunate to live across from a school that has sports fields, so I can play sports just a stone's throw away, like literally about 20 meters from my front door.
Have your hobbies changed in the last couple of years?
Yes, they have a little bit. I used to really like drawing, but nowadays I'm more into piano, gymnastics, and crystals that I already said earlier.
If you could try a new sport, what would it be?
If I have the chance to try a new sport, I would really like to try tennis. I was in a tennis camp last summer, and I love to play more.
That is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. One of the most commonly acknowledged but easily forgotten aspects of childhood speaking for effective communication and great fluency is intrinsic curiosity for causality. Simply put, always asking and answering the why question. Many people, of course, have children, nieces, nephews, and siblings, and even become frustrated with the constant bothering question of the why? Nevertheless, in the IELTS exam, this is a great benefit. Notice how Sybella constantly pays attention to this aspect of her speech. Intrinsically, she immediately explains to the examiner that she collects crystals because they are so beautiful, or that she loves running because she likes winning races. Pay attention to her questions throughout the interview, and you will notice that without fail, she's always giving clear explanations to her answers. Be sure to copy and practice this while you're preparing for your exam so that you too can improve your fluency, lexical resource, grammatical range, and get those higher scores. Now, on to part 2 and more strategies. That is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For part 2, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these. Think about your answers. You can take notes in the 1 minute time if you wish. You have your note paper and pencil there. And then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. Is that clear?
Yes.
Talk about a project that you have completed at school or at work. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up. please begin speaking.
2 years ago in kindergarten, I completed a really fun salmon release project. Our teacher ordered some salmon eggs and we put them into a tank filled with water in our school. This project lasted from the start of the year, September, all the way until the beginning of November, when we released the baby salmon called fry into their natural habitats. At the end of the spawning season, the tank with all the eggs was in our hallways, so we had to be quiet and careful so we would not disturb them. There were a couple of other classes involved in this project as well. We learned all about the life of Pacific salmon and how important they are for people. Salmon help the forest to grow and feed millions of animals like bears and birds, and of course humans too. It was amazing to see the baby salmon hatch from the eggs into teeny little fish called alvins. Then we gave them some fish food and they grew a bit. They were still really tiny, but they became really strong swimmers. Once they got big enough, we took them to the river. Our classmates hopped on the school bus and we took a field trip to a provincial park where the fish have a chance to go and swim back to the ocean to become big adult salmon. Each of us got to release a baby salmon into the stream. We made them a special wish as they swam to freedom. I had so much fun on this trip, and I'm so happy I got to share this with my teacher and peers.
That is the end of part 2. I will stop you there. Please put the note paper to the side, turn it over, and the pencil as well. Thank you. And now we will continue with part 3. In Sybella's part 2 response, we can clearly notice children's affinity for visual language and emotional or limbic language. What I mean by this is that as Sybella explains her story about the salmon release project, we can sense that she is seeing what she is saying. She can see the tanks of water in her hallways. She can observe her classmates getting on the school bus and releasing the salmon into the stream. It is this type of visual language that enables her to structure language with good detail. And this type of speech especially heightens during that age 6-7 when school begins. Nevertheless, later in life we tend to forget this visual prowess while speaking. And in the exam, you need to see what you say. In addition, she speaks with affect, especially when the content is important for her. Notice how her voice clearly changes when expressing that salmon help to feed birds and plants and humans too.
Bears and birds, and of course humans too.
And it's this type of reconnection with intonation and strong emphasis of words that helps to improve communication. When you're giving your answers in the IELTS exam, visualize what you say, just like a child. And be emotional, be interested, just like Sybella. Practice these, and when you're ready, you can send us your MP3 recording for this part 2 response for a free band score estimate. Just check this email address in the description below. Also, once you have practiced, you can book a speaking interview session to measure your ability before you sit the official exam. Simply click the yellow speaking interview button in your My Student account. Now, on to part 3. And now we will continue with part 3. For this part, I will ask you some questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about projects and productivity. Is it important for people to have projects that they want to do?
Yes, I think that it is really important for people to do lots of activities. I always have a building project or an art project on the go. I'm working on a Lego project to build a castle with my sister.
With this first Part 3 question, we see children's innate ability to reiterate, reflect, and articulate answers for greater coherency and fluency. When the examiner asks, is it important for people to have projects that they want to do? She clearly articulates and reflects the question in her answer, saying, yes, I think it is important for people to have activities. And in this way, she puts herself on track for an accurate answer and good reasoning. It is this type of communication that you need to mimic in your upcoming IELTS exam. In this way, you will improve your grammatical range, your fluency, and ultimately your score. For more strategies and the rest of this interview, visit and join our premium IELTS package at aehelp.com. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. Use the code MASTER9 for an additional 10% discount. Click the link in the description below. You'll get more than 100 speaking interview video lessons, a fully interactive course, practice exams, and an app for your phone. We are an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, an IELTS test registration center, and I'm a British Council agent. We have helped thousands of students master the English language and get high scores. Just check out what this former candidate has to say.
Hi, I'm Rahul Snaif. I recently got a band 7 in the academic IELTS test. The resources in the AE Help website and the videos were really helpful to me to prepare for the IELTS within a month. Thanks AE Help team.
Begin learning for success. Join now. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video. Click right up here. And click our IELTS Hero to join our premium package and get access to all of our videos, practice exams, and a fully interactive course.